Hi Gerald, so this is just a quick tutorial video on how to access and make some updates to the website. So first of all, I've sent you across an email with a link and a username and a password. So if you click on the link, pop in your username, which does have to be in capitals, pop in the password and then click sign in securely. That will then bring you to a screen that looks like this. You can basically ignore everything on this screen, just on the left hand side, click where it says websites. And then when you see your box of your website, just click on that. And then scroll down under this preview and click Edit Website. That will load up the software I've used to build your website, which is Bramble. It will load the homepage first of all. The first thing to say is there will be some strange symbols and some repeated elements, such as the slider. Basically ignore that. They're different elements of the site which have been switched on and switched off for the phone and the tablet version. So anything that looks strange like that, scroll past and just ignore. So as mentioned, it loads your homepage to start with. If you want to edit any section, you see if you click the section, it then highlights it with a green box, which means you can then go in and make changes to that particular section. So you could add more paragraphs if you had to add them. You could delete anything you didn't want. And then basically each section you click, you get that option. One thing I will say is you have an undo button if you did something you didn't mean to. And the second thing to mention is if you make a mistake and you're not sure of what you've done, as long as you exit and you don't publish, then you're absolutely fine. So if you come on here, you get confused, you're not sure what you've done, basically exit your browser, do not click the green publish at the button at the top, and you will have done no damage at all. So yeah, everything you want to edit or change, you click, it highlights, pretty straightforward. You're then able to make alterations much like you would with a Word file. So yeah, fairly straightforward. And again, there's repeated elements. So if you amend the top one, just make sure you amend the bottom one, because the top one is the version that appears on the computer. The bottom one is the version that appears on the phone. So if you see a repeated element like that, if you amend the top one, amend the one below it as well. So that's pretty straightforward. So again, if I've made some changes there, I don't want to save them. So I'll leave. I didn't click the green publish button, so I know when I go back, the site is undamaged and I've done no changes to anything at all. The next thing to say is if you click up the top left here where it says index, you get a list of every page on the website. All the group pages start with the word group and then what the group name is. That just makes them easier and they line up nicely for you to find them. And every page has a page like that. So one thing I'll quickly cover is how to change the email address for a group member. So let's just go to the table tennis group. Where it says click here to email the group leader, you would click the bit that says here, and if they had a different email address you wanted to use, you'd paste the new email address in there. You would then hit save, and then you would then hit the green publish button, and that would then change that person's email address. So that's a very simple way that you can go on if you need to and change email address links. Again, I'm going to exit, I'm going to leave. I didn't publish that, so no damage has been done. The other thing you mentioned is about updating document links. This is a little bit more complex, but still pretty straightforward. So you'd head over to the documents page. You would click the download button. It will then put the button to the center, you'll notice. So up here, you can put it back to being on the left. And then you click the green edit link. Here, it's basically going to ask you where the file is you want to link to. So you would hit select or upload file. I'll just do this as a dummy. So it has to be a PDF. You can only put a PDF file in here. You can't put a Word document because if someone doesn't have Word, it won't open. So if I just put a PDF in there, I drag and drop it, it will say it's done. I'll then hit save. I'm not going to do this, but I'll then publish those changes. And then that's basically then done. It is worth, once you've changed a document, it is worth going back to the page because sometimes the link doesn't work. So to just double check that that link has worked, what you would do is you go back to the documents page. And so we go back to the documents page just to confirm that document has linked correctly. You would click where it says download, put the button back to the left. You would hit edit link. And you would then, this time rather than upload, you would go across to your files and check the last document that you uploaded. It will tell you the name of it is the correct one that you want. Hit that, hit save, hit publish. So if you do the link first time round and it hasn't worked, that's the way that you sort that out. So to cover that again, if we've done the link to the document and it hasn't worked, we'd click the download button, we'd click the edit link, we'd tell it to choose our file. This time we'd go to My Files and we'd select the latest file that we uploaded, which will be the top left file. We would then hit save, we'd then hit publish, and we definitely know that document has then worked. So yeah, hopefully this video has been helpful. Basically, it's been giving you the ability now to log into the website to make any simple text changes. You could change the email links for any of the group members, and you can now deal with uploading and replacing new documents. If you get stuck, if you need anything else in the meantime, let me know, but hopefully that's enough to get you up and running. Anything you can't do for the minute, just drop me an email and obviously I'll do that for you. You have half an hour of free support from me every single month. So you've got that factored in for anything you're not comfortable doing or you don't want to do. So just bear that in mind. And thanks for watching.